Yeah, I'm adding a mark there. Okay, so like I said, yeah, welcome to the Witchy Hour Filler Podcast, the podcast that tries to fill your time during the witching hour, so you don't have to. Once again, I am your host, Riseofevillink, and I am joined by my co-host, Brandon or SpongeBob, and William BillyStein. Um,
Yeah. No.
no, you round us out. You round us out. you, yeah.
We don't offer dental anymore.
Oh,
You guys offer dental.
I'm sorry. We,
Fundamentals.
uh, gosh damn it, you guys are. Why did I agree to this again?
Because we have nothing to do.
Yeah, that's right. uh, yeah.
What's the random topic thing?
Oh yeah.
Just jump into it.
Let's jump into it. Let me pull up random topics because I don't have random topics up. Alright, so to start off the witching hour tonight, the first topic of the evening is, does technology simplify life or make it more complicated?
I would probably say in a lot of ways it can do both. Because with technology, it's just a lot easier. Um, the obvious one, it's a lot easier to keep in touch, but then also a lot easier to like learn a new skill or like learn more about a new place or something like that. But in the way I'd say it makes things a bit more complicated is just the classic procrastination. And it also makes it like way too distracting. It's like, oh, I have to write an essay. Wait a minute, cats lightsaber fighting. Whoa! I'm gonna watch this, and then another video, and then it turns into absolute domino effect of it's been 7 hours since I've done anything productive.
You're just going from shit post to shit post, and
Exactly.
yeah, you're pretty much just indulging on YouTube poops and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's especially hard when like you get hit with like something nostalgic that you used to laugh at all the time.
Hmm.
No, no. Whoever pinged me because you direct pinged me. No.
Tell them you're in a podcast. You're busy.
No. Pod.
Yeah. They're welcome to talk to you in chat, but other than that, no.
Yeah. Join the chat. Join the conversation.
Be a part of the movement.
That type of stuff sometimes.
Hashtag bandwagon on the chat.
So, William, do you have any input for that topic?
I'd say I kind of agree, but like everything. But
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask. Are we on YouTube as well right now? Or
Yeah, we're on YouTube as well. We're on both,
Okay,
and I'm monitoring us on both. So,
for sure. Good to know.
yep.
All right. So you got like a list of topics this time, right?
I got a list of them. I don't want to like just hit through them. I want us to talk about one and then move on, continue the conversation a little bit forward, and then jump back and maybe talk about. The topics are just there in case we get hit. Besides the opening talk,
Yeah.
so
It's just
yeah.
did you guys know the show Clone High?
Clone High, no.
Oh, that's like a. Okay, first off, I'm surprised I know it because it was done when I was like 3. So once again, thanks internet for making sure to find old stuff. But it was a really funny comedy that was I want to say it was like on MTV for a while about like this high school full of like clones of famous people. Like there's a clone of Abraham Lincoln who's like super tall and super awkward, and then there's a clone of Joan of Arc who straight up became goth. Gandhi's just a straight up party animal. Anyways, there were rumors that since recently Comedy Central had a big shake up in management. There was rumors that they're going to be renewing it for a second season. That's it. End conversation. I was hoping one of you guys knew about it so that could go a bit more.
No, I mean, but it is interesting. I think it's C Lab 2020. Um, I don't know if you have heard of that one. Another really old show.
That sound.
Yeah, it's I don't know if I'm explaining it right or if I'm talking about the right one. But essentially, like, they ran a cartoon series that took place, like, under the ocean, sea lab, whatever. Um, but then,
Alright.
for whatever reason, I think it was, like, Adult Swim decided, or some team at Adult Swim decided to, like, spoof that series. So they took, like, a bunch of clips from that show and, like, pretty much just made it into a completely different show.
Oh, you're talking about Space Ghost, Coast to Coast,
Am I?
right?
I don't think I am.
It was like a super old Adult Swim talk show where like it was also like a parody because of all the old assets from that show.
I don't think I am talking about Space Ghost. Because it was specifically like still like kept under the ocean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then
Yeah.
that does still sound familiar though. Even if
Yeah.
it's not spaceship, that does still sound super familiar.
Yeah.
So
I mean, when on the topic of like really old shows, that's a really old show that I know exists before my
sure.
time.
I wanna say that like I do know it because like I'm seeing like visuals of it in my head just like very blurrily, but no names coming to mind. I almost want to like look up a name of like old swim shows, but
I honestly,
that'd be
yeah.
cheating.
I honestly think the name of it is C Lab 2020. I think that's the legit name, but I could be absolutely wrong.
Probably is. It sounds again very familiar.
Yeah. Again, I could Google it, but Googling sounds like cheating, and I'm not a cheater.
I'm not a cheater. I'm a hardcore gamer. Hardcore gamers don't cheat unless you're 2005 strategy cheat guides. I always found that funny how those are always advertised for like the most pro and elite of gamers. Cheat book.
Yeah, pro elite gamers, they need a help guide. Oh, the game's too hard for you to beat it alone, so to be a real elite gamer, just to say you completed it, you need to buy this book. I mean, I like how like the fun old example with that one is Dragon Quest, like the first Dragon Quest game, which the only way to actually like beat that game in any reasonable amount of time at that time was to follow a guide. Like it was pretty much entirely you needed an instruction manual to play the game. Because I mean, to be fair, like at the time, like the way you were supposed to play Dragon Quest was you were supposed to just go off and find adventure. You were supposed to go randomly, and you were guided by like level cap zones. Like oh, over here the monsters are too hard, so I should probably go somewhere else. But for the most part, like most of what you're supposed to piece together is just through random adventuring and just whatever dialogue snippets you can pick from talking to Darren.
Yeah.
But if you were to make that game today, like people would look at you and be like, "That's crazy. Where's my quest objective? Where am I supposed to go? Who am I talking to?"
It also wouldn't be as much of a problem with how internet is a thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, you just gotta wait one day, and like someone's gonna have some sort of walkthrough or guide or something on the subject.
Yeah, and
So,
then you wait like 1 month, and then someone can speedrun it in like 20
yep. Unless there's cutscenes, then it's an hour. But
Yeah.
if there's no cutscenes, it's 20 minutes.
Yep. It's 1 minute of gameplay, 19 minutes of cutscene.
Well, no, that's what the 1 hour is for. 1 hour is the cutscenes. Um, uh, gosh dang. That just takes me back to yesterday, or not yesterday, but whatever the other day was. We were talking about um, I think one of the streams went down. That's fun.
That's always great.
Yeah. I gotta check on that, but no,
Sure.
this says it's still going.
Yeah, looks like the still up.
Yeah, let me. It's weird. I think maybe just the chat got disconnected, but it's whatever. Well, no.
YouTube's stream chat is a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I am looking at both chats, and you're specifically sticking to the YouTube chat anyways at the moment, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay. I'll keep a little bit extra attention on the Twitch chat just to keep things going.
For sure.
Yeah, because don't want anyone feeling left out.
For sure. Not really. No. By not really,
No.
I mean no.
Yeah, no, and honestly, it's gonna be like that for a while, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Actually, I think you and I are the only ones who are watching YouTube chat.
No, there's three people now.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So we were talking about Dragon Quest, apparently.
I guess.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got on with the topic of like strategy guides and stuff like that. That's like advertised to like hardcore gamers, but doesn't really make any sense. I mean, nowadays it kind of does because most people that buy a physical strategy guides now.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No. It rubs off to your elite status, but like otherwise, it's like, who cares?
Yeah, nobody really needs a strategy guide anymore, but people do still buy them.
Yeah.
So that's
I mean, I still have my Dragon Quest IX strategy guide. It's talking about Dragon Quest. Oh man, I love RPGs. Like I'm gonna be honest. Well, I don't feel like I need to come out of the closet for that one, but I am a huge fan of RPGs. Dragon Quest especially. Um, and it's
I'm a huge fan of RPG. How dare you like a popular genre?
oh no, but like I'm always like dissatisfied with modern RPGs because like they don't understand the point of RPGs anymore. Because like I tried playing like Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and like I was just completely turned off from it because it was tutorials and um just info dump after info dump. Like I literally played through the entire tutorial without reading a single thing because it was just so much information was being regurgitated into my face, and I'm like, I cannot handle that. I mean, like I don't know. And then like I play other RPGs, and then it's like you literally did nothing with this combat system. The entire appeal to an RPG is a combat system, and this is just turn based. Like, not even unique turn based, this is just basic turn based.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it feels like the RPG scene has just become really uninspired as of late. And, I mean, for like the past, like, decade or so. Meanwhile, like, other game genres have, like, series break or genre breaking indie games that have completely revolutionized the topic, or some sort of AAA title that's just completely changed how people think about certain types of games. But then when you come back to RPGs, it's like, well, what do RPGs have again? And then nothing. And they're either action based or turn based, and they either give you too much information or too little information, or half the game is just a tutorial. Well, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
that's the idea, but like they also have a lot of world building. But when people jump into the game, like there's such a wall of information you have to go through just to understand. Like,
That's
yeah. Well, no, and I'm just saying like there should be like a curve of getting into the world. I mean, there's
yeah,
a difference between playing something like very quickly trying to come up. So like Legend of Zelda, if you play a Legend of Zelda game, the most of those worlds tend to follow off of a template. But if you're playing one of them for the first time, there's not a whole lot of like intro information you need to jump in and get started. There's not a whole lot of text walls that's thrown at you in order to get into it, but there's so much lore and information that you learn along the way that helps piece together the world. Whereas when I tried to play Xenoblade Chronicles, there was like, here's the entire history of the game right here in the tutorial. Only have to go through 5 boxes of information. Do you understand it yet? I don't think you understand it yet. Would you like to understand the information better?
I'd like to understand it again.
Yeah, and it's like,
have you
yeah.
considered
Have you considered understanding? Yeah, exactly.
I have I yeah.
Mom, I've done my homework. Can I play the game now?
Consider doing it again.
Have you considered getting another one?
It's like taking the same class every year despite the fact that you passed it.
Yeah, like,
Okay, honey, it's not 5 p.m. information.
yeah, it's like English class in school. Yeah, but like, anyways, my entire point to that whole monologue is just that I really wish somebody would do something in the RPG scene that would just blow everyone away, like some sort of indie title or something that just completely revolutionizes the genre, or just like a rules of common sense, like something just so refined, something so spot on that it just defines the genre more in stone. Because right now it's like too they're either too much or too little, and they dance around being an RPG or an action game, and it's like I want to play an RPG.
Like huge problem for me. I'm not the huge RPG fan. It's just because the point of entry is so vague.
Yeah,
Like there's not really anything that like anybody can like fully pull me aside and be like, this is an RPG, and just throw me in. Even
yeah.
if there is, there's not something I can very easily follow up with.
I mean, and there's a lot of like hours you have to take out of your life to engage with the
Yeah.
game.
I mean, I'm not saying like it needs like mainstream appeal. Like it doesn't. Some series just don't need that at all. Some just cater to
Yeah.
a very niche audience or just people that are already fans. Like Kingdom Hearts is one.
Yeah,
Where
and Kingdom
it's
Hearts.
hard to jump into Kingdom Hearts.
Don't even get me started on Kingdom Hearts. I hate the battle system in Kingdom Hearts. It's so clunky and like not a thing that should.
Forever.
Yeah, it's not some like it's not engaging and it's not fun. And the only correct way to go through the Kingdom Hearts saga is to play them in the correct order. You have to play Kingdom Hearts, and then you have to play whatever game branches off to that one, and then whatever game branches off to that one, and then Kingdom Hearts 2, and then blah 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 blah. I think like they did start, like they ended whatever saga they were doing for Kingdom Hearts on Kingdom Hearts 3, and then they're starting like a new saga after that, so that could be a jumping in point, but it's still like you have to play those games in order to play the game. You can't not play it in the order, or else you like get lost in the lore. Whereas other games like Dragon Quest, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, and even Final Fantasy, like if you jump into any of those games, any number of those games, number title, it doesn't really matter which one you jump into because you don't need to really understand any of the past games in order to get into that game. All of the games are
Well,
jumping in points.
yeah, it's just because they're not so much episodic where they are. It's just like they're self-contained stories taking part in the same world.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Where Kingdom Hearts is like you have to follow like every branch of it to even.
yeah, and Kingdom
I've
Hearts
only
gets
ever played one and two. I still own one. I'm actually staring at the case right now. Love its artwork.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna say they didn't put work into it. I literally
Oh yeah,
jumped
no,
off
definitely.
the game. I Kingdom Hearts one. Like I was like, this is absolutely terrible, and you want me to play how many more of these?
Yeah, I recently went back through Hearts one because it's own,
Mm.
and I enjoyed it, but I don't really see myself ever wanting to play it again.
Yeah, I mean, and like, yeah, and I have nothing against the story of Kingdom Hearts too. I don't want that to be misconstrued. I actually really do like Kingdom Hearts lore, and I'm never gonna play the game. Like, I'm straight up gonna tell anybody who asks me, like, Kingdom Hearts, all the Kingdom Hearts games that currently exist in, um, July 23rd, 2020. I'm not gonna play any of them because the combat system is so uninspired and
So
stale.
clunky,
Yeah, and clunky, and the inventory system is not like the cleanest thing I've ever seen. Um,
simple and clean. Haha, that's a lot.
yeah, I mean, just before the stream, actually, I got a little like notification on my phone from Reddit telling me about like some sort of game maker project, and so I was like, okay, cool. Oh, they're showcasing an inventory system. And like the thing was the clunky, not even clunkiest, like it was a super stylized, super interesting inventory system. And I was straight up like everybody was giving this dude praise, and I straight up like I don't want to be like the naysayer here, but this would never fly for any good RPG ever because essentially the way they had it set up is it was like the SAO system. Like they had categories and inventories inside of, and like that's too
Oh,
much. Like I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep everything organized and everything
there is
like
such thing as too many submenus.
yeah. So and
I,
the problem is when you go through all the sub menus, like it, you think you're being efficient and helping the player save time, but actually you're eating all of their time. You know, they're going to be jumping in and out of every single menu trying to find that one item just to use that one item. And like, I kid you not, in RPG, you're spending like more of half of your time in that inventory system. And if it takes you 30 minutes to find one item, that's not a good inventory system. It is not doing its
for
job.
sure.
So, then yeah, I do feel bad about it, but it's like it was so clean and neat, and I'm like, that's not okay on any front. William, I'm sorry, you've been trying to like pitch in for a while. Do you have anything you want to say, add? Because I, I'm sorry, I kind of like jumped in and just monologued on that one because that's been on my mind for a while, and the conversation suited it. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I assume that it's like
Yeah.
some in there back. Um, yeah, you definitely killed a good chunk of time with that. I mean,
Alright,
like I
well,
said, I'm
then
not
we'll
very
get to our stream.
knowledgeable on the topic, and I don't know a lot of RPGs,
Mhm.
but I could definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, it's the worst thing in the world. I'm just like, I wish there would be something from someone from somewhere saying, like, hey, we've fixed the issue, or hey, we've done a thing and now everything's okay now.
Yeah,
But, they're not going to because RPGs are something only AAA titles really ever dare touch. And when AAA titles touch it, they'd rather make like an open world game, and then once they make an open world game, they rather make it action based and less RPG. And when it's like,
That's why
yeah,
first action game heartbreak.
yeah, I mean, I get it.
Like the new God of War, PS4 Spider-Man. Um, I know there's more. I can't think of any right now.
Mhm. Exactly. That is
Yeah.
exactly my point. I wasn't even thinking of specific examples, but yeah, that's exactly the point. I mean,
Breath of the not the new
yeah.
Awakening. It's a good game, but it's definitely
Well, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
remake. It's a damn good remake. So I'll give it that.
Yeah.
actually
Breath of the Wild.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, Zelda
I didn't-
games
I
to
didn't
begin
think it
with.
was a 10
Yeah.
out of 10 like the rest of the.
Yeah. I mean,
I give it a solid 7.
I'd probably give it an 8.
I think I've said the story of my playing Breath of the Wild, and I mean, to start off, like Zelda series entirely is an action adventure genre series. Like they were never intended to be RPGs, but they do draw inspiration for RPGs. But Breath of the Wild specifically, I played the crap out of that game. Like I did all of the nuts or all the seeds. I got all the shrines. Like I played the game, got like a bunch of money, all the armor, and then I was like sitting outside of Hyrule Castle, and I was like, do I want to fight Ganon at all? And then I was like,
Yeah.
no, not really. I don't actually care to do this. And I turned it off and I never played it again.
I wish that yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, oh,
was my-
you do this. It's like magic. It's not magic.
Magic.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
5 fucking
I
5
mean,
that 4 champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my personal favorite Zeldas, well, my top 3, in no particular order, are A Link to the Past, Wind Waker, and Majora's Mask.
Twilight Princess.
Link
Yeah.
to the Past because that's the first one I played.
I'd have to go Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Link Between Worlds.
I
Yeah.
It's probably one of the only ones I have not played.
It's
I
yeah.
I'll have to give that a shot.
I know.
I've heard really good things about it. Like I've never
Yeah.
heard anything bad about it. So
No, it is a good game. I definitely recommend anybody who has the chance to play it to play it.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, like if you like Link Between or not Link Between Worlds, but Link's Awakening or Link to the Past. Yeah, sorry. You'll like Link Between Worlds. It's because it's kind of an indirect sequel to it.
yeah,
Yeah. I think the story behind that one is that one was supposed to be a remake, but then they got through it and they're like, you know what, let's just make this a different game, and everybody was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Guy who made that suggestion, you get a raise. Congratulations.
but I'm the leader on this project. And you get a pat on the back.
Get a firm handshake.
A firm handshake. Yeah.
Go get an extra donut from the break room. You earned it, kiddo.
You've earned it, kiddo.
Your boss calls. My boss calls. Fucking.
I would be so confused about that. Like, if my boss called me kiddo, especially if it was like 2 or 3 your age difference. Like, what? I would just be so confused.
Listen here, kiddo.
Like,
Then like if they call me champ.
Yeah.
like, okay, if
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing has to do with like age difference between the people. Um,
Yeah.
I think me and Brandon could probably get away with calling you kiddo, but it'd definitely be a stretch. But it would definitely be a stretch.
kiddo,
I, I prefer Resident Teenage Yokel personally, but
Yeah, that's
or just anything, not my name.
oh.
Got a weird body.
hey.
Well, welcome to teenage and puberty. You're gonna have to run through that for another 6 years.
No, like,
So in the
no, I
Breath
have.
of the Wild definitely like game a timer, perhaps the world becomes dangerous the more divine beast conquer. So you beat Ganon and difficult
That, that's
does
already a
kill
big.
basically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what would have wanted. Yeah.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Oh,
Shit like
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lionel, they grow in different.
Mhm.
No, they don't grow in difficulty. Different areas spawn them in
Yeah, I mean, I don't know really what would have convinced me to fight Ganon in the first place. I don't. I, part of it was,
straight up timer.
yeah, not like he said, not a timer, but
A
becoming,
timer would make the game unfun.
yeah,
I wouldn't say that because Majora's Mask, but
yeah,
But no,
but
like, Majora's
that
Mask
works.
is an
I would
open
like
world. It
right
has,
around.
it has four very specific. Breath of the Wild is a very open map.
I definitely wouldn't
yeah,
say a timer. I would probably something that directly affects the player and the world around them is definitely.
I'd say just like a greater. You know how it's Odyssey after you
no, actually, I think here's what it is for me. I don't think I would have gained anything from actually killing Ganon. Like, not like systematically, not story wise, not game rewards. Like, I literally gained nothing because the story, like, they were tying everything into the story, trying to make you super invested in it, and I wasn't super invested in the story. Um, I mean, Hyrule Castle would have been a nice dungeon to go through, but it didn't really feel like a dungeon I wanted to go through. Mostly because, the Divine Beasts were interesting and actually really engaging dungeons, but there wasn't enough there to, like, keep me there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Breath of the Wild is based on an exploration, so a timer would definitely not work for that. But
Yeah, no, a timer would be like bad for them.
all the same, I still think something would have been. I think enticing, like challenge. No, because they definitely had like the four boss fights. That I don't know. Like I don't know what off the top of my head would have made me want to like do a Hyrule Castle. I think if actually no, I think I do know. I think if they would have made Hyrule Castle like one of the Divine Beast, I would have dived headfirst into doing Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Castle, I think that would have actually done it for me because I wanted a dungeon. Hyrule Castle was not that interesting of a dungeon as it normally is in other games. Like there isn't like the mystery, the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Hyrule Castle would have been better if, like, Hyrule Castle as it is. Honestly, the way I got up there, that I got in a, those like big, like, I got on a nearby, not nearby, but I got to the highest point, probably failed on. I waited for that shit.
You can skip the entire castle with 3 waterfalls and the always fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I would much rather it be like you go through actual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like one of the divine beasts. Because like I said, like the divine beasts were actually really engaging dungeons. Like I actually really enjoyed going through them. They just
They were
weren't.
really cool.
They were just really short experiences, and I wasn't really happy with that. So if they would have
Yeah.
made like the Hyrule Castle like that, and I knew it wasn't like that because it wasn't like I hadn't gone into Hyrule Castle. I'd gone into Hyrule Castle to pick up the Master Shield. So I literally like
Yeah.
jumped
Okay.
in, ran in, picked up the Master Shield, and ran out.
The fact that you call it that angry.
I know it angers people. It's the Hylian Shield. I know what the technical name is, but it's for all
I think
intents.
so.
Yeah, I mean it's like when people try to say like the Mirror Shield is an upgrade to the Hylian Shield, and I'm like, yeah, it is, but at the same time, like the Hylian
Also,
Shield is the one that looks aesthetically pleasing next to the Master Sword, so they are a combined set item.
Okay, okay, well, when I think of
this
Mirror
is just
Shield,
a personal thing that I had, like the the weapon degradation.
I
I
didn't
felt
mind
like
that.
something went down too fast, and I would have at least liked the option to fix it.
Um, yeah, I mean, I didn't have much of a problem with it, mostly because I was using the Guardian items, and I knew which temples or shrines had the Guardian items. So every time like I just run out of them, I would. Well, actually, no. Every time the Blood Moon or whatever happened, like I'd just go into the same dungeons, get the plus Guardian items, and then I'd just be on my way because that's all I really needed. Um, out of my. But other than that, like the rest of the items just weren't really all that much. In all honesty. But that's my opinion. I don't know. Maybe other people feel differently about that, but
I would have at least liked the option to
yeah, I
with
mean,
some
yeah,
yeah, you know what?
especially the more like high damage items,
Mhm.
because then I don't want to use them because I feel like I'm wasting them.
Yeah. Actually, like, and I will correct what I was about to say there. I think, in all honesty, like, maybe adding a repair system and an upgrade system for the weapons actually could have been a nice touch. Because then
Yeah,
you can actually invest in the items. I know it's supposed to be like a ruined world, so you're going from item to item. You're supposed to feel like you're suffering, but as part of like in-game stuff, like having a repair mechanic and like upgrade system, so that way you could like actually give a little TLC to your weapons and like go through it. I think that would have been nice, but
for sure.
I'm not a developer on Breath of the Wild, so I don't have input. Hey. Oh man, because honestly, I tell you, if I was a
It'd be
dev-
cool if they did that for Breath of the Wild too, though. Whatever
yeah,
the heck they did.
I mean, I think if they are actually planning on doing a remake or a sequel or whatever, or even just doing an entirely different Zelda game but using Breath of the Wild mechanics, I think they will listen to community feedback just because there was a lot of things that could have made the game better, and yeah,
The thing I will give it that everyone did give it was how open it truly was.
yeah. I mean, and like I said, like it was an engaging enough experience for me to play the entire game up to Ganon's castle and then just not fight Ganon.
Oh.
I, I, you have to buy it.
And
Uh,
yep,
yeah.
DLC is it's a different beast to tackle on a different.
Um. Uh,
Maybe we can
we,
talk about
yeah, no, we could talk about DLC. I have stuff to say about DLC. Oh, in a direct, it was stated to be a sequel. So Breath of the Wild 2 is a sequel. Um. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. So DLC. I mean, I think there's nothing inherently wrong with DLC. I think people making extra content for a game after it's been released is completely fine, and even having people pay money. Yeah, the speed runs are very entertaining. Sorry.
They're
Very fun.
Yeah, yeah, speed runs on any game.
Especially when they do that trick where they shoot an arrow at like jump down.
Yeah. Speaking of Link to the Past, I saw a really interesting task a while back, which like it was like 2 minutes long or whatever, and like the task like completely broke the game, and it was like you had no freaking clue what was going on. It was so messy.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not that hard to speedrun, but the task that was speedrunning it was like completely broke the game. Like you were looking at glitchy textures for half of it, and it was so convoluted and so oh yeah.
Catherine Stevens.
It's uh frick. Lily. It's Lily in chat in the other chat.
Oh, and it's
Yep. Yeah, she's saying she wasn't invited. Um
also flat ass.
Yeah. Oh, that actually did come up. I was.
I think
Yeah.
she means like your actual audio volume.
Yeah.
You are a little bit.
You can.
I can't speech. The DLC
Yeah.
quality very champions characters and gave you a motorcycle, so that's yeah, it gave you a horse recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
look.
as far as DLC goes, it is a thing.
Okay.
Sorry, Catherine. By the way, I was trying to reconnect the YouTube chat, but the YouTube chat is for some reason dumb and is not able to get on the actual thing.
See.
I'll try and fix that later, but for now,
Yeah.
YouTube chat is gonna be disconnected. Oh, thank.
Switching to Twitch.
Yeah. Um.
They
Well,
are very quiet.
that quad. Yeah, Lily, go ahead. Tell us. Are we all quiet?
Quiet.
It's probably gonna take a second for that to catch up.
Yeah. Are we quiet? Second silence.
Oh, William and Brandon are. Let me see what I can do to fix that.
Maybe I could do something on my end.
I turned you
Or
up.
not.
I turned you up to 200% volume in Discord. Does that fix Brandon at least?
Do boo.
Okay. William, you might need to fix your setup because
La la la, lula, blah 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 blah.
was
And picking up background noise. I doubt it though, because I can't even hear my fan right now.
I can hardly hear your fan, but you never know it actually comes up on the stream because I'm recording
Okay.
all by Discord audio. Stupid stuff. Hey, you know, at this rate, we might actually get the 5 unique chatters achievement.
For sure.
Didn't see that going. All right. Well, where was this conversation? Has it DLC? I don't know. Do we really want to talk about DLC? Has this conversation just reached its natural end?
I think it kind of has.
Yeah.
For now, we'll probably touch back on this another time, but I
Yeah.
don't really know what else we could do.
I've honestly gave my entire spiel about RPGs and Breath of the Wild at this point. Oh yeah,
Pretty much just
boost
put in
OBS
input.
volume. That might make me a little bit more loud, but
It's good. The other two quads.
so quiet. Well, I'm the loudest person here, because my mic setup's the best out of the other two. I know that for a
Oh
fact.
yeah.
Um,
No, it's not even remotely wrong. I do plan on fixing that though.
yeah.
Not sure how soon, but it is a plan.
I'm actually not yelling. I'm actually talking really quietly.
I have a plan. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I do have one.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. I have a plan somewhere. It's like somewhere in my fucking cabinet or something. My
Yeah.
filing cabinet's got a whole bunch of plans, most of which expired.
Hmm. Okay.
I like the itchy idea. Oh, never mind. I'm sunburned. Yay.
Oh, congratulations.
The sun is a deadly laser, did you know?
I did not know.
I really feel like I should have said did you know before then, but whatever.
Not your mom.
I live in the valleys.
That
No,
is...
don't give yourself out. It'll get doxxed.
Oh no, a valley. There's only one of them in the entire world. Only one valley. I'm not gonna edit it out, but
This is live.
oh, boost desktop volume.
We can edit.
Yeah,
No, we
I'll
can't.
try that.
Yeah, like we can edit this out, right?
I mean-
I said bad word. We can get rid of that. No,
I mean, yeah,
no,
I'm
YouTube is uncut and
I already clicked the little box saying this wasn't for children. Okay, I'll turn this down. I'll see what I can do. It's a little hard just because the way this is being recorded,
yeah.
it's pretty much like I am not separate from them. Like I am together in the same channel. Again, I need to figure. Yeah, I need to figure out a way to.
Yeah. Dude, did we not record a test clip this time? Or we didn't?
No, we didn't. We didn't really need to.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, like I said, I'll fix audio problems. Maybe, Lily, since you're there, I'll ask you. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not gonna edit anything out, just because it's. I already clicked the little box saying that this is not for children, so we don't have to worry too much about it.
Papa could just still be like, oh, this is for children. Nope, we checked the box.
Yeah, we've done our
That sign's not,
legal due diligence. This is not for children.
that sign's not gonna bother me because I can't read.
That is true. Gosh, it's like those times where it's when you're on the internet and actually this is second stream. Go ahead. We're not blocking any words, but maybe keep it to a minimum.
Tone it down.
Yeah. Just don't be
I mean,
yeah.
I've only said the yuck word once. William said it 5 times. I'm
William,
telling somebody's mom.
go tell Lily.
Damn,
She's the mom.
damn, that's racist.
Lily!
That's racist.
He said the fuck word. No, I said it. No, I'm in trouble too.
Oh my god, what are we talking about? guys, I don't care if we do it, but still, keep it to a minimum.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just did it for comedic purposes.
I know you did it for comedic purposes. Gosh.
Pepsi for podcast.
I'm not your dad. Okay. Anyways. Schmeckle.
Schmeckles. Strawberry schmeckles.
Do you guys... Oh. What happened to Brandon? Or William. What happened to William?
Oh, there he goes. He's back.
William, you okay?
He has returned. Left. Turned.
He's back. He's gone.
Back, no, back, who's gone? Okay. Sounds like he's a character.
Oh my god.
Oh. We've almost killed like a bit under an hour so far, by the way.
I mean, thanks for keeping time, I guess.
Like, for
No, it's been long.
Um,
Maybe.
I was about to ask, do we want to pop another question?
I feel like we've kind of hit a wall, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was trying to fish for, but
You know, we started shooting
bop it, twist it.
full of it. Quit.
All right. Do you have any particularly care any of the 10 questions that I've pulled that you want to answer, or just do the next one in line?
There is a lot of phone one.
Yeah, there is a lot of fun one.
Um,
Just go for number 2.
Sorry, I'm laughing at one of them.
Oh, do you want to do that one instead?
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
one, depending on where.
How big is the chicken?
How big is the elephant?
Could be one of those radioactive chickens, where it's actually smaller and the elephant's normal size. What then? Alright. What are we actually doing?
Spoiled
Spoiled the illusion of the chickens.
spoiled the illusion. Let's go for number 2. What is the strangest app you have ever heard of or tried? Who likes to go first?
Everything's on TikTok. I've witnessed.
Is that your official answer there?
No, it's not. I'm actually just trying to think, so I just thought of something like fill the void for a second.
Okay. Brandon, or not Brandon. Jeez, William. Wait. Oh yeah. I don't know. Well, you were thinking, so I was gonna give William the stage if he had an answer.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying I was just talking because you said my name again.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
It's a okay.
All the apps.
But is there any apps that you've heard of that are? Okay, well that's his official answer.
All right. I'm trying to think of an app myself.
Same.
Actually, no. Well, yeah, Reddit can count. Reddit is a weird place.
Then I get Reddit. Then I get.
Yeah, you could get in some weird subreddits on Reddit. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know the name of this app, but it was at one point in time you. What was it? It was literally just an app that was like. I don't even know how to describe it actually. Like it was like a particle app. So like you would tap on the screen and like it'd make particles show up, and like that was just all it did. You could
It was just like one of those light show apps.
kind of, and like you could change the color of the particles, and like some of Lily can't hear us. Oh. Right. Why is that happening now?
I don't get it. Were we just being silent, maybe? Or...
No, OBS is actually not picking you guys up.
Great.
No, that picked up you there.
Great. Great.
I mean, Lily, I can't really fix much about it because if I can't really adjust me separately from them. Well, I think Brandon's alright because Brandon.
Yeah, mine's being picked up, apparently.
I mean, Brandon's being picked up, but it goes pretty loud. William, I think you just need to get closer to your mic. Is
this close enough to my microphone?
Okay, no. It's way too close. Also, that was trolling.
No, I'm actually concerned.
It straight up spiked.
Yeah, look,
Is this close enough?
that's fine. Is that fine?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Mine should be fine too. I moved mine a little bit.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is.
We're new.
Can I be heard? This is the official test. Can I be heard, Lily?
Every word. Do 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 do.
You were all heard, but Lily say. Well, no. Katie's saying that she can hear us. Lily's saying she's barely hearing them.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I want some more concrete answers on this one.
Yeah. Not any of those gravel answers.
So,
We're all heard.
Kate,
And then
I think maybe you just need to turn up your volume then, because they are talking, and Katie's saying she can hear them.
yeah. And then you said I can't hear them worth naughty word.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say then because he says he's picking all of us up.
Yeah, it's picking us all up, and Katie can apparently hear us. So, or all of
Yeah.
us.
I don't get it.
Careful about breathing into your mic, by the way. But
Yeah.
I'll figure something out. I'll maybe switch over to like Stream OBS and see if that fixes it.
The Streamlabs one.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see here. So let me open up my volume mixer and see. Yeah, no, you guys are all in maximum volume.
How about now?
Um,
I think you were already fine, dude.
yeah,
I changed stuff.
yeah, that's better. It's still a little bit like not good mic quality, but it's at least mic.
Okay, so you can hear me, period.
I can hear. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's a good. So.
Yeah.
Jace, send Lily's picture.
Yeah, no, I will.
Yeah, you're gonna need to move your mic slightly away because I can like literally hear every breath you do.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, anyways, let's talk about something else, or at least try and hold a conversation outside of this.
Attempt, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and figure out this OBS situation. You guys talk about whatever. While I do this.
So how's the weather up there? Don't answer that. That's not a good conversation to keep.
Wanna know the weather?
No, I don't actually. I just explicitly told you don't answer that. I don't know. I can't think of good conversation topic right now. I'm not.
Well, you don't have to come up with a conversation topic. You just need a.
I just need something to fill the void.
Yeah.
Alright. William, you got any idea?
Jeez, you guys are the worst at this. This is.
I'm not. I can't be on all the time.
By it.
I have
I'm
days.
not gonna say anything.
I have days on where like I can immediately conversation topic here something to fill the void nonstop. But today is kind of just one of those like I exist and nothing more days.
Right, I have a topic.
What's your topic?
Is there an average size?
I don't do miracles, son.
I need to look at
So, okay. Let's,
head size.
why did I just do that?
About 65 centimeters. How many average size baguettes would it take to get you the
I'm doing it. How far away is the moon? In preferably no kilometers. What I want. Kilometers. And how many kilometers in a one E5? Was that 35? So it's like there's 100,000 centimeters in a.
Jace,
Doesn't seem right.
Yeah,
got math, right?
supposedly.
You tell me how many average size baguettes, about 65 centimeters.
What's the difference between, or what's the what's the length between the moon and here?
Yeah.
Length,
It's 384,400 kilometers.
Okay.
I put it in that so that it'd be easier to get from centimeters. So, how long did you say the baguette is?
the average baguette is about 65 centimeters.
So,
Cannot tear, they have to be put from tip to
yeah,
tip.
yeah. Well, might have to tear, but might have to tear one of them. But let's see. So, I don't know. I'm not good at math, Jay.
I'm not really paying attention to your guys' conversation, in all honesty.
Oh, okay. That's the answer.
Also, Lily,
Not
thanks
paying
for the
attention.
Lily, thanks for the follow 14 minutes ago.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. She says,
Oh,
yeah.
she hears me good now. She also
Yeah.
hears Will I am now.
Ah, she also called me a nerd. Supposedly both the chats are fixed too. I'm gonna try and test something.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, you mean like it'll show up on the actual like stream video as well now?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, supposedly that's what this is telling me. Oop. Does this go up? See in a little bit. That did, but the icon for that says it's for Twitch. And that says it's for YouTube. Oh, it's because I'm not looking the right thing. Oh yeah, thank you, Brandon. Okay, so
You're welcome.
YouTube. Yeah, now I'm glad we spent so much time trying to fix the stream. That's totally gonna be good. I guess from now on, I'll have Lily do me a once over before I do stuff. Anyways, where were we?
Yeah, no. Moon baguettes.
Moon
I don't want to
baguettes.
drop it though.
Moon baguettes,
No,
but you kind of
we're
want to
gonna
drop.
Figure out how many baguettes it will.
How?
I don't want.
Well, why not just make moon baguettes? Like, let's just turn the moon into a baguette.
Because it's
Anyone makes.
baguette.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the first motherfucker to make baguettes. Watch.
So yeah, moon baguettes. Yeah, no,
Okay.
that one had its potential tapped real fast.
Not much space.
My internet went out again, but this time, no, William. We know we've said this. We said this last time. We may have said it.
Yeah, I gave him permission to talk about space a little bit while you were suffering, but
I just want to talk about
I was
Yeah.
suffering for suffering,
Brandon's suffrage.
suffering succotash.
Yeah.
suffering.
Can I
You use your big boy words. Can you what? Bye, Lily. Um,
tab now,
ca-
please?
cab now, please.
Can I get out of the YouTube tab now, please?
Oh, yeah, you can leave.
Okay.
Um,
My internet may dump again.
oh, that's fun.
It's a tradition now.
Yeah, I already have the cancel sign over your face, ready to unhide it whenever I need it. So there's that.
Like that like you have it on standby at all times.
Well, no, because I'm like, well, it's probably gonna happen again, and I could probably move it around and blank out whoever I want to blank out. So, you know,
For sure.
it is what it is.
It's fine.
Yeah. So other than that, we've lost our conversation topic somewhere along the way.
That train of thought straight up derailed and went to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what really happened there.
I kind of want
I feel like we should try to limit ourselves to.
Yeah, it's the those are just for if conversation gets stuck and we absolutely have no other way of continuing.
That's if we get to like the point where we're like straight up silent for a bit.
Yeah. So, other than that,
not like
That'd
the
be
actual
cool
game.
if
It's like
my Wi. That'd be cool if my Wi-Fi was, livable.
yeah, if he had the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I mean, and this is specifically podcast time. We can do other stuff if we want to do other stuff. But specifically, we've officially tagged it so Tuesdays and Thursdays are our podcast days. So, I think another thing too that doesn't really help through all this is we kind of ran through a bunch of our conversations, not even before our first podcast, like on the day before that. So we're kind of like, we need some incubation time to kind of like come up with new stuff because I swear our conversations are generally more interesting than this. But you know, like I
Yeah,
said,
they typically are.
yeah, we need to grow our stuff.
Did you guys see that they're gonna put Legend of Korra on Netflix now?
No, but I expected it to happen.
Oh yeah, no, I did too, but it's still nice that it is.
Legend of Korra is a mixed for me.
It's a mixed bag, but at least it'll be easier for me to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I both like and dislike Legend of Korra, and I'll just leave it at that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
More so fair. Also, apparently, you guys probably won't really care about this, but apparently, Xbox's online feature may finally go free.
Oh my god. I'm actually really excited about that then. Because if they go free, that's going to start a reverse effect where everything else that wasn't free is going to start becoming free again.
Yeah, the next generation of consoles is focusing a lot on like crossplay,
Crossplay.
so that like someone who has the game on one system will be able to play it with people on every other system.
Mhm.
And since like Minecraft and Fortnite and even like Rocket League are already starting to do that, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show you that consoles are just going to become computers eventually. Like, they're literally just going to become a plug and play PC. I guarantee it. Like, 10 years down the line, you're going to get your Xbox, whatever, you plug it into your TV or your monitor, and it's literally just, it has its own UI system, and blah, 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 whatever, but it essentially, like, it is a PC, so any game you make on one platform will be able to be used on all platforms, and all the servers and whatever will cross over, I
I mean,
don't.
the Xbox One already is kind of that because the UI for the Xbox One is literally just an ever so slightly modified version of Windows 10.
Yeah, and I mean, the PS4 is also kind of close to just being a computer as well. The only person who doesn't really fit in that conversation is Nintendo, but you know what they say, Nintendo does what Nintendo don't, I think is how that goes.
Sega does what it does. Although they don't.
Yeah.
Sega does bad. Nintendo don't do that.
Even though Sega has dropped out of the console wars. Ah yes, the console
console.
wars.
The Grand Council Wars.
Yeah, the Nintendo console versus the Sega console, and somehow Konami.
I went out with a good system. Dreamcast was a great system. Stupid easy to put games on. Seeing as they literally just play off burned DVD discs.
Yeah, Sega offers counseling for Sonic games.
I just can't get Boom out of my head, man.
Oh 06. It just comes up in my nightmares every night. I'm just thinking. Weird.
Whoa, man, how's it make you feel? Like, 90s Sonic is the therapist.
Well, okay.
I'm just so scared by that Sonic Riders game on the Kinect. That's no good. Yeah, it's not. And it haunts me every day.
I might have a solution. Have you considered chili cheese dog?
Go fast. That'll be $400 by the way.
Wow, that hurts, man. Wow, that's rough.
Super, like, not even edgy, but like dickheadish 90s Sonic the Hedgehog trying to be a therapist. This
Like,
is great.
Like trying to seem like he cares, but every attempt he does, it just makes him seem like he's just more and more insensitive.
You do not know how many times I've screamed just by seeing a Sega Genesis. Wow, that's pretty lame, bro. I mean, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Ready?
And then there's Shadow the Hedgehog who's like, you think your story's bad? I use guns. Okay, your session's got for another 2 hours, Shadow. I live under the.
I'm scared. That's the appropriate reaction, Lily. Go hide, go sleep. Go,
Go slap.
yeah. But have you considered a gun? I don't know. Have you guys considered a gun?
I have an airsoft one. This is number 3.
Yeah. I mean, now when I say gun, all I think is that, like, really cringy video that you sent me that has you and he who should not be named.
Ah, the lad.
Yeah.
The lad.
The lad guy.
Sonic has ruined my life. No, he who shall not be named shall not be named. And we'll just leave it at that. I don't really want to go into more details because I don't.
It's not local
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we don't want to start any drama.
We don't want any drama, and honestly, like, I don't actually have any hard feelings for that guy, and I highly doubt he will ever discover this, but considering our social circles are not that far apart from each other, it could happen, so.
He might. Who knows?
If
he does, who
yeah.
cares? He's okay.
Yeah, if he is watching this for whatever reason, and if somehow discovers this, and you know it is you who we're talking about,
I'm not mad, just disappointed.
and we'll leave it at that.
What were we talking about?
You
Well,
know, he who not be named.
Yeah, if you're genuinely confused, we'll tell you after the stream, because,
Yeah,
like I
we'll
said,
tell-
I don't.
I'll tell you after the commercial break.
Yeah, because I genuinely, like I said, I don't want to start at the bottom of that one.
Yeah, let's not discuss that.
Yeah. Other than that, have you guys like watched any shows or played any games that are interesting that you want to talk about recently?
Uh, hey, don't say that word. Or if you do, keep it to.
He's just talking.
Necking.
He's just talking about industrial fracking.
Yeah, what the frack is going on with all this fracking going on?
You know how they get more oil out of the ground by injecting water with chemicals and pollute water sources.
Not really a new game, but
Did that even come out? I thought we were still waiting on it. Yeah. Because I mean, I'll be damned if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're still not at 14.1 yet, or 1.4.1.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
1.2.3.4.5.
3.14156.
800 588. Not gonna continue that copyright today.
Yeah.
There will be people that know that.
Oh yeah, no, that is the thing that haunts my dreams. I can't believe I will never live a day where I will not know that jingle.
It's like brainwashing type levels of stuff.
I know. Like
I don't even know what that. Like, I don't even like fully know what that company does. I can just say the number, right?
Yeah, just say the number. It's free publicity.
800 300 Empire today.
Yeah. It's a carpeting service.
Oh, okay.
Brandon said
I
yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
Because I've only seen like the actual commercial for it a few times, but I've heard it millions upon millions of times.
I've played it in my head. Like I am when it comes to like my own like imagination, as far as visualization goes, like images, I can't imagine images for the life of me. Like I can have an image in my head for like maybe 2-3 seconds and then it just evaporates.
Yeah.
But when it comes to audio, like it is crisp and clear. It is so crisp and clear, like I can change who's saying it, like whose voice is saying it, how it's being said, the enunciate. Like I can literally imagine almost anything. So I have that playing in my head in the background, like almost nonstop.
Like another thing that's like another sound that's like super iconic for me from Billy Mays saying, "But wait, there's more."
Yeah.
Also him saying, "But I'm not stopping there."
one of them fucking the girl.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that one.
For life.
Oh no. If we want to talk about like mentally scarring audio things, the one I'm gonna immediately think of is the Fitness Gram Pacer test. Like I will just randomly start hearing that. Like, what was that? I don't want to do push-ups. Up.
Yeah.
No.
Up.
Oh my gosh, that's just like the PE audio that like every single PE teacher uses across the freaking country. I swear everyone has that audio tape and it's up, down, up, down.
Go up now. I remember
I always hated those because like how slow they make you sit on every single push-up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd only be able to do like 4.
not a push up, it's more of a plank at that point.
Yeah, it's a plank at that point. Even then, planks aren't terribly hard, honestly.
Yeah.
At least for me, because
Have you?
it's endurance. All it is.
Push planking.
Have either of you guys been able to pass the fingertip touching test?
What's that one?
Where like no, where you have like both your hands on behind your back and you touch your fingertips, like one hand over your head, one hand like out through your back.
God, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I can do that.
Both
I can
hands.
do that like right. I can literally do that with right now.
Yeah.
If I
One.
do it with my right, if I do it with my
Yeah.
right, if I do it with my left arm behind my
Yeah,
back, for some reason I can put my left arm like super high up behind me,
Mhm.
like straight up. My middle finger is just barely not touching my neck already
Mhm.
Here's the thing, it's not
with how my left arm is.
flexible as
So then
the
I like
Yeah.
barely do anything with the other arm, and it's just boom.
I can do one set like pretty deep in without like any pain or any feeling, and then the other one like is super hard for me to do, but I do have a fair bit amount of overlap.
Sam.
Yeah. It is.
The other.
I don't know. I find that interesting because like some people like it is impossible, and like other people like they have room to spare, and other people like they could do it, but it is a test of willpower.
Yeah.
Like it is such a like a weird flexibility test.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
I don't fully understand why it's a thing that you like have to pass, but whatever.
Yeah. No. It is. It's one of the few things I've always passed. I think one of like the weirdest things I've ever had, or not the weirdest things, but one of the like the hardest things for me to ever pass during a fitness test was like the toe touching test. Like I cannot do that for the life of me, and I've never been able to do it, and I never will.
I can't either.
Yeah, and it has.
Close.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with my flexibility. It has to do with that my legs are much longer than my arms.
Yeah.
So I genuinely, even though I can bend and I can get the reach, I can't touch my toes when my legs are fully extended.
For sure. I can't do that either.
Yeah. So, and that's weird body proportioning. Yay! Apparently it's a problem my mother also had.
Problem in my family ankles.
Hey, what
Why it is just a thing.
posting the B in the chat, that is, actually, that's totally fair. I don't mind too much. Just don't do more of that script.
What
Um,
happened?
Katie posted the, according to all known laws of aviation, there's no way a bee should be able to fly.
Yeah, don't post the whole script. Don't even post majority.
Yeah,
Here
but,
and there's
what are we talking about again?
we were talking about like before we got into the full-on PE subject, we were talking about like super iconic things of audio in our head.
Oh, audio. I mean, I like the conversation of fitness. It is a weird thing.
It is.
I mean, like, I've never been, like, the most fittest person in the world, but I find fitness and, like, exercising really interesting just because of, like, how much study and research has gone into, like, pushing the human body to its absolute limits.
For sure.
Though, who knows? Maybe I'm just a weirdo.
Topic to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it for what it is.
For sure.
You said yayo?
No,
Oh,
I said eat up.
ah. That is slightly different.
That's different. I don't like it. I need to drink more of my Pepsi. Pepsi for keeping me awake.
Oh, fresh air. Oh, come on.
Happened?
Now you're just being memey. You're just being incredibly memey. Yeah, I know it's called aphantasia. I know that's what I have. It is. It is an interesting struggle, especially if you want to be an artistic person. Yeah, I think the interesting thing though about aphantasia is like you can have it and not even know you have it or understand that it is a disability that people have. because you grow up not being able to like retain images in your head. Yeah, exactly. And but then you hear like other people say, or like you go to like you listen to. God, I'm trying to say this, but I'm like totally messing it up. But and you talk to friends. Hold on, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like I can totally like pull this picture out of my butt, and like it's a full 3D image, and I can zoom around, and change it however I want, change the color of the apple." And it's like, "Oh gosh, that is crazy. How do you even do that?" But unless like you encounter that friend, everything else in your life, like when you listen to like self-help tapes and like self-guided meditation stuff, and it's like visualize this, and it's like, okay, I'm picturing a beach, but I'm not actually picturing a beach. I just have the words beach in my head. Um,
Yeah.
so it is a weird thing, and aphantasia is just really weird.
No, I can kind of like I could visualize stuff in that.
Yeah, like I said, it gets weirder when you try and do artistic stuff. But I actually think a lot of people who are artistically inclined might have aphantasia because I think it's just one of the ways it helps artistic people, cope with aphantasia. It helps put your ideas on paper and help you visualize that way instead of going reverse and having the visualization and then putting it on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I just think aphantasia people with aphantasia are just artistically inclined because it helps. But who knows who? And you can't really do a poll on that because again, people who have aphantasia don't always know they have aphantasia.
For sure.
So it is. I don't know, and and like that just gets you thinking though. Like if something little like aphantasia can go unnoticed for so long, like what other things do people have that just never get picked up on? Um, like it's entirely possible that you see a spectrum of light that's just completely different from mine. Like my green and your green are just two completely different colors.
Yeah.
No, not colorblind, just shifted spectrums. Like the way you visualize that color is just different than the way I visualize that color.
That cool, like color.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, not really, like, I'm just trying to elaborate that, like, colors being shifted. That's all I'm really trying to say. But I don't even know how to describe that because it's just weird.
Oh yeah, no, no, Lily, I get what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm I'm a good mix of one for common, but two if I'm like kind of tired. So right
Yeah.
now it's a one.
Yeah. Um,
So I definitely don't have that. Not yet, at least.
I like here's the thing though, like I can have like a two-level image in my brain. I just can't hold it. It just disappears and evaporates. Like I can't hold on to the image.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely constructed images in my head. They just evaporate. It is a weird thing. It is an incredibly weird not personality trait, but a weird defect to have. I think what makes it even weirder is aphantasia is 100% curable. It is a condition that can be fixed.
Yeah. Oi. Oi, legs. Oi, ick.
Mhm.
I don't know.
138.
Alright.
Yeah. Kind of tired. I mean, you're more than free to dip out if you want to dip out. It's
For sure.
I don't want to hold you here. I mean, the entire point of this we go until 2. Um, the entire point of this podcast is for people who have problems sleeping at night to fill that time. Um, at least that's what it is in my head. Um,
Yeah.
Brandon might have envisioned something completely different, but
No, that's pretty much what I.
yeah. Just
What a surprise! The people that act a lot like each other envision the same thing.
oh, it's almost like our personalities are so similar sometimes.
Almost.
Yeah, I mean, me and Brandon have this conversation.
A lot.
Yeah, cold or wet. You know what though? Like that's just a feeling of touch. I confuse that as well too. Like cold and wet feel eerily similar.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Pardon?
Lily's talking about how me bringing up the conversation about things like that you just don't know you have. It makes her worry about how you can't. She might not being able to tell the difference between cold things and wet things because they both kind of feel the same. At least that's how it is for me. I don't know if that's the same for you guys. Like when you like touch like a really cold piece of metal, does it also feel wet to you?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, no, Lily, you are not alone. Um, no, I think what it is cold things have because they're cold, they attract liquid onto its surface, and that's why it also feels wet at the same time. I think that's why it feels both cold and wet at the same time. I could be totally just pulling science out of my butt right now, but I think that's condensation. That's the word I was looking for.
Condensation.
I think. I might, again, be pulling words out of my butt.
For sure.
Yeah. No, again, though, like, cold things. Yeah, no, that is true with fabrics. It's also the same.
Yeah.
When it's really cold, it can also feel like it's wet. I don't know. It's weird. Human senses are just entirely weird.
For
um,
sure.
the fact that like you can even just interpret a massive data as something as either like touch input, taste input, smell input, visual input, or audio input is completely arbitrary. Like it is the only reason why it's like that is just because your body decided that was the best way it needed to survive. But
Yeah.
that's most likely not the best way to interpret the physical universe. I mean, I don't know what is the best way to interpret the physical universe, but um, considering there's 5 different ways it wanted to view the universe, and it picked all 5, that's just
Yeah. Definitely getting a lot more introspective on this right now.
I'm sorry. I blame Lily a little bit here.
No, it's fine. It's completely fine.
I mean, it's not entirely Lily's fault. I'm just I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say before I got sidetracked with the cold wet thing. Um,
Wow.
yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about this. Me and Brandon talk about this a lot in our personal time, and we've made a silent pact to like not talk about this just for podcast sake. Me and Brandon have a weird condition of where we 99% of the stuff we like is overlapping and similar, and the way we view the world is like 90% similar. Like it is to a weird point where Brandon just does things while I'm thinking them, and I'm like, dude, just get out of my head. Or like he'll bring up music, or I'll bring up music, and we're like, I Just thinking about that.
It's on like an uncanny level almost
Yeah.
at this point.
It's kind of scary.
I wouldn't say it's scary. I would say it's slightly unsettling.
It's unsettling, but I think it's statistically probable. But it's improbable that both of us know each other, and I think that's the weird thing. Like,
It's unsettling, but I don't know. Personally, to me, it also feels like slightly comforting.
yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that there's a lot of people in the world like me or Brandon who have like
Yeah.
similar tastes and stuff and have similar personalities and think in similar ways. I think the weird thing about it is that we know each other.
Yeah. Because a lot of people that would be in that way probably wouldn't know each other.
Yeah, and not only do we know each other, we met each other in person.
Yeah, like in middle school, actually.
Yeah, in middle school.
Only friend I really remember since middle school. Everyone else is pretty much just like, who are you? It's me! Insert name here. From middle school! Oh, yeah! Hey, I gotta go.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So who are you again?
Yeah.
Oh, it's me, this guy. From that land. Oh. We don't speak of that.
What happened in that land stays in that land. Just like how Vegas stays in, I forget, like Mexico? Is that where we decided that Vegas stays?
Yeah, I want to say it was Mexico.
I don't remember that conversation very much at this point.
What happens in Vegas somehow winds up in Mexico.
You know what, though? That is, now that I'm thinking about that, that's gonna be weird for the future if this continues. If we continue this podcast, because I feel like people are just gonna start talking about conversations that they just listened to, and we're just gonna be like, "What? Time travel? What? Mexico stays where?
Yeah.
Huh? Are you sure you did listen to another podcast by other people?" Because you're talking crazy talk. That never happened.
For sure.
Especially me.
Yeah, no.
The way I am. I'm going to be like, I might remember some things. Like, I don't think I'll remember, like, or I think I will remember vaguely, like, the time stop conversation that we had. But everything outside of that, I didn't even remember what we did in the first podcast. It was so, I so did not remember what we did that when it came time for me to write the description, like, I knew where we started, and I knew one conversation in that, but the entire thing, like, I have no idea what we talked about. So when I went back and I was trying to write the description, and, like, I just kind of, like, wrote the two things, and I'm like, I really don't want to sit through that experience. I don't want to relive that experience again after I just finish it for another hour or so. But granted, you know, I think that's also going to be another thing that's going to be really funny is going back through these at a later date and just being like, what were we talking about again?
Yeah.
Who is this person? Yeah.
That's definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
like, we're gonna get maybe look back on it. It's like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
yeah. I mean, it be what it be, but it be what it be. Que sera, sera.
Yeah.
Or what will be for our English-speaking audience and those who don't understand any Spanglish.
Yeah.
William, I know you're tapping out, but anything else you gotta say?
Oh.
I'm not really tapping out. I was just tired because I wasn't.
Yeah, I know, and hopefully you'll be
Yeah.
more active next time. But I know just stuff happens. Hey, Katie, exactly. The stream will document my idiocracy. My idiocracy. It is...
Yeah.
Which I'm not exactly all that bad about. I actually don't care. Granted, this will definitely make getting hired for future jobs maybe a little bit harder when people do internet searches about me, but who cares? You're defined by what you do, and honestly, I'm the type of person where I honestly own everything I do.
Yep, that's me too.
So you murdered 4 children. Yes.
No.
Sir, why are you so proud of this?
No.
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go to that extent.
No, I did not murder 4 children. 4 children murdered me. There is a difference.
Oh,
Self-defense.
I had to use one of my many respawns. I'm down to 0.
sir, how many times?
I just really did not want to say that I got murdered with a gang of children that made a knife out of Play-Doh.
Ah. Well, I mean, actually, Play-Doh's non-toxic, isn't it? So you can't really even use it as poison. I guess you could get.
Yeah.
I guess you could die choking on Play-Doh.
Yeah. Maybe. That's kind of like
Play-Doh
how
turns
it's
very
often.
much.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't be able to swallow it, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, other than all of that, as we're entering our final 10 minutes together, my brain automatically pooped on itself and decided that it didn't want to exist right now. Um,
Yeah,
I
to
mean,
me,
yeah,
it's
we
probably
can't.
starting to go into like stop.
Yeah,
It's like
stop.
winding down already.
Yeah, I mean, granted, like I woke up at 3 today, so like I'm still like awake, and I'll still be awake a little bit after this. But I'm just trying to come up with like a quick conversation that can last 9-ish minutes just to kind of close things out.
3 p.m.
What? 3 p.m.
or 3 a.m.
Oh, I woke up at 3
3 a.m.
3 p.m. 3 p.m. No, if I woke up at 3 a.m. Actually, no, I didn't do podcasts yesterday, so that's fine.
3 a.m. You would get an hour of.
Well, no, I didn't do the podcast yesterday. Yeah.
Is our schedule?
Yeah, we have a schedule. Actually, if you look down below on the About page on Twitch, or I might put it up on YouTube. I'm a little lazy though, so I don't know. But currently our schedule is going to be every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. For every week for now. We might do surprise podcasts if we feel up to it every now and again, but for the most part, like those are the 2 guaranteed ones that we will be doing.
Yeah.
So, I guess is there any other things I should generally ask about or answer about the podcast? That I think that you guys think should be important to know.
Like I recommend. Yeah, that would.
Yeah, but
Know that.
that would be on a different day.
That would be an if and or maybe. I mean, again, those are not going to be on podcast days, but I'm open to doing it, like doing something like stick fight for 2 hours.
On this.
Stick fight would be fun.
Yeah,
Stick fight would be.
Stick fight would be.
yeah.
Decision to make.
Well, we don't know. We don't know at this point, so we're not going to give any guarantees. Oh yeah. Other than that, right now,
Yeah.
we don't have any idea we're gonna put this. Besides, as far as like the audio, I might do some research over the weekend, and we will have a guarantee once we are down to our 3rd podcast, on where we'll be exporting the audio to for other people to listen. But otherwise, at the moment, the podcast is going to be live streamed on both YouTube and Twitch. I think the YouTube chat is just gonna remain broken, so I think I'll just have either Brandon or William on the YouTube chat for now. But I'll see about it, what I can do to get that fixed. But I think this is genuinely a YouTube side problem because it keeps on disconnecting from me. So, I mean, we'll see. Other than that, though, yeah, it will be live streamed to both YouTube and Twitch. And all the videos should be retained on Twitch for X amount of time, but all of the videos will eventually end up on YouTube, um, with minor edits and description and extra information. So there's that. But besides that, what else? Bee baba dee baba die. You believe you're a guy? Would you like a side of rye? Don't look at that sty.
I don't really want to try.
Great improv skills, everyone. Bringing the best of the brightest out of us.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, we shouldn't be this lethargic for.
It's the
It's the end of the podcast. I mean, granted, we've had personal conversations that have just gone all the way to 3. I think what changes this one is we're trying to keep no dead air throughout the conversation, which is in a normal conversation we usually have dead air hanging and whatnot. Oh, Katie says to tell that monster to die.
for sure.
But and
Die, monster.
it's gonna take a while for us to kind of have our brains adapt and be able to go conversation. But I don't think either of us in a bad spot. I mean, I personally think I'm doing okay. I mean, because I'm kind of leading the conversation here and there and taking front run.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I kind of have the unofficial position as host at the moment. So even though this is Brandon's podcast, this is Brandon's podcast, but Jace does all the work. Well, you did make the thumbnail, so I shouldn't say you do none of the work. You definitely do carry your weight. Now, if only William would help me with the tags, like I asked. I did ask. I asked in private I private messaged you. I DM'd you. Check your DMs. Check your DMs with me. What is the last thing I said?
I literally can't. Check your dungeon masters.
That is a filthy lie. Yeah, and I didn't really know what you were talking about with that one. Underneath that, there's one more thing. Well, it should have appeared for you, because that was yesterday. Actually, 2 days ago. That was 2 flippin' days ago. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, 2 o'clock. Okay, so I think that's a good place to kind of wind everything down.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, okay. So this has been the Witching Hour Filler Podcast. Hopefully we've been able to help you fill that time during the Witching Hour. So that way you didn't have to occupy yourself working on that tagline. I've been your host, Riseofevillink, and shared with my co-host.
I've been a co-host, Sponge or Brandon.
And William. or BillyStein. We need to work on that outro. I think I can get the intro patterned down pretty well, but this outro is. William, stop counting the time. You're being you're being.
Or we're gonna be liars.
Well, it's okay. It's okay if we're like a minute or two late. We're closing down things anyways. So
That's rude.
yeah.
Rude.
Well, we'll work on the outro of that. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Hopefully, those of you guys who are about to go to sleep, go to sleep. Anybody else who is awake in the middle of the night watching this, whether this be live or afterwards, you guys have a great night, man. And anybody watching this during the day, bad. You should stop. You're not supposed to watch this during the day. This is midnight podcast. Witching hour only.
Doing it wrong.
No, not using my podcast right. Ugh. All right. Yeah. Good night, man. Good night to.